It's your boy Bobby Beast. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Malcolm Breeze. Now, Malcolm being Breeze is something that we've been talking about for a very long time. People have been saying for a long time, like for years, that Malcolm and Breeze were one and the same, that they were the same person. So when it comes down to it, for those of you who do not know who Malcolm is the detective, the one who turned out to be Kanan's father, the one that Rock hid from the fact that, hey, Kanan is your son, and basically hid from Kanan that he is his father. So when it comes down to it, with him being Breeze, it does make a lot of sense. This is the thing about Malcolm. Malcolm knows a lot. He knows a lot about the streets, and he knows a lot about the law. He came from the streets, went on to be a cop, and now he's a detective. But then at the same time, he looks at the streets. He knows the streets, so he knows power. He's a person that kind of respects the order of things unless they cross him or they mess up whatever it is that he's got going on, or if they go against whoever he's supporting. So when it comes down to it, he doesn't really take sides. He's kind of like in between, but he does have his own interests, because there's been situations where he's taken Rock's side on things, and at the same time he's taking Unique's side. And where Rock and Unique at one point were adversaries, they've now become a team like they used to be back in the day whenever Unique's brother was there and he was running things. So when it comes down to it now with Malcolm though, this is the thing that gets me. If Malcolm is Breeze, why would Kanan allow Ghost to take out his father? Because remember, the story of Breeze pretty much is about the fact that he was the leader of the crew. He was number one, and that Kanan was following him, and that Ghost was following him, and that Kanan and Ghost was pretty much the main people under him. So if you guys can remember the very end of Power, when Ghost was walking out of school with Angela, Tommy walked by him and said, Kanan wants to meet us tonight, and tonight he is introducing us to Breeze. So it was a big deal. It is still a big deal. The reason why Raising Kanan even exists is dominantly because the story of Breeze and Ghost and Kanan. So when it comes down to it, the fact that we have not gotten into that story just yet, and we got 2 seasons of storylines that's dominantly about Rock, her brothers, and Kanan and Jukebox kind of playing background, we're wondering to ourselves, okay, well, when is this story really going to begin? Because the very beginning of the Breeze story was really supposed to be a movie, but then it morphed into a series. The thing is, I'm not really even complaining about book 3, because book 3 to a lot of people is the best spinoff to come out of all the spinoffs. So when it comes down to it, going into that story about Breeze makes the most sense. And I think season 3 is definitely going to put us where we are definitely going to get that storyline about Breeze. Now, Breeze still may be an entirely different character, somebody who was brand new and we don't even know nothing about. But the fact that Malcolm could potentially be Breeze makes a lot of sense. Let's say that something happens to Rock, something happens to Unique, everybody falls apart, and the only person that's there to keep things the way they is dominantly Breeze. And then Malcolm steps into position and becomes the leader with his son following him. However, what would make Kanan turn against Breeze? Well, this is the thing. In season 2, if you guys can remember, Kanan got to a place where he just did not trust Rock and did not want nothing to do with her because he feels as though he couldn't trust her. And now this person is the person that he loves the most. Rock is the person that Kanan loves the most, the person he trusts the most. And when it comes down to it, if he feels that way about her, it really wouldn't be hard for him to feel the same way about Breeze. Even though Malcolm is his father, the fact that he would feel like that about Rock means he would feel that way about anybody. So when it comes down to it, when looking at Breeze and Breeze getting taken out, he probably would be like, it is what it is, because Kanan is cold. By the time the Kanan we meet in book 1, the Kanan is a very cold individual. He's not really loyal to anything, and the only person that he seemed to truly love like a son was Tariq. So when it comes down to it, when we're looking at Ghost and Breeze and Kanan, for Ghost to get to a place where he had to take Breeze out, and Kanan said, okay, cool, that means something bad had happened. Remember what Ghost said, I loved Breeze. I loved him. He didn't say in what way he loved him, but he loved him. Obviously brotherly or maybe fatherly. But he loved Breeze as much as he loved Kanan, so he said he had to move them out of the way. He was willing to kill Breeze, but not Kanan. That's the reason why he sent Kanan to prison, because the plan was originally for him to kill Kanan, but he didn't do it. So when it comes down to it, basically for Kanan to step back and have Breeze killed, and that could be his dad, says a lot. All I know is that basically we'll see how this plays out. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby Beast here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And, oh.